My life's great, and Blockbuster is still a thing. Come on, let's go! Wow, infinite options, a million movies I could rent. But you know what? Out of all these instant classics I could watch, I want to find a dumb shark movie. Ah, yes, where it all started. Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus. We'll get there one day, but I've seen this one before. Wow, I'm having a great time. No! Dad, I have to see this one, please. Please let me rent this one, okay? I've seen dumb shark movies that are somewhat like you can buy them because they're dumb, but I've never seen something this absurd. And the cover looks awesome! Please, 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 please. Hi everyone, welcome back to the cinema. Very excited today because we are back with Blake Bomber covers every shark movie in the universe. Today's candidate, Sharktopus. The first thing that stands out when I rewatch this is the camera quality. Immediately, it's about as high budgeted as my camera. So it starts as all shark movies do, at the beach with some swimmer that's going to be eaten by a shark. The shark is about to eat this beachgoer, and then all of a sudden these tentacles come out of the water and take down this shark. It appears to be an octopus, but it is then revealed that it is a Sharktopus, the Navy's ultimate super weapon, and that is controlled by human beings, well, look, it's a shark with a dog collar on it. Proving to a higher up that this super weapon works, they get it to test itself, doing like stealth kind of moves, trying to take down or narrow in on a speedboat, just a random civilian. They're going in and the boat cuts it off, knocks the collar off, and bam, within the first 5 minutes the Sharktopus is loose and the speedboat just flies off and crashes and explodes. It's amazing. It's here when I stop and I go, how the hell did they afford Eric Roberts? What the hell is he doing in this movie? How the hell did they convince him to do Sharktopus? I take it his career didn't get very far after The Dark Knight. So the Sharktopus is loose. This film doesn't waste time, which I appreciate. It doesn't give me an hour of boring talking about absolutely nothing that's irrelevant. The Sharktopus is loose, and it claims its first victims with these boat washers that are on this, I don't know what you call it, it's a stand where they're both sitting on outside the boat kind of washing the thing, having a chat together, and then they're taken by the Sharktopus, and one of them screams, "Not like this! Not like this!" It's fucking brilliant. The Sharktopus then travels down to Mexico because the movie is called Sharktopus, okay? It doesn't need context or explanation. With movies like these, especially when they have massive actors, I like to imagine Eric Roberts is just playing himself. Like, this is more of a documentary, just another day in the life of Eric Roberts. It really enhances and boosts the experience for me. We then get this scene of a beautiful woman walking down the side of the beach with a metal detector, and she hits gold. She gets gold, she's like, yes, this is awesome. And as she finds it, this old man walks up and he's like, wow, check that out kind of thing. He doesn't say a word. This guy's maybe 60 and he's just like, shit. Then the Sharktopus's tentacles come out and grab this woman and drag her into the sea, stab her and eat her, and he watches and does nothing. He's just, this is Mexico. He walks over, picks up the gold nugget or whatever that she found and went, alright, bye, and then walks off. That's it, he doesn't die. Good move, movie. That guy deserved to live. Then our hero of the film joins, Andy, and he's asking, why do we have to tranquilize this thing and bring it back and not kill it? I mean, it shouldn't exist. And Eric Roberts, man, look, you could just tell, he's phoning it in so hard. He's talking about shit that should be really dire, and he's going, yeah, we need to catch the Sharktopus because it's taking lives. I love it so much. Then the film cuts to this couple that are talking about bungee jumping. They're walking along the beach, and I swear there's 2 minutes of setup to this, of just this couple randomly injected in here talking about bungee jumping. It cuts to them maybe later that day or the next day, they're bungee jumping and they're doing a lot of it and it's real fun, and then just abruptly out of nowhere, as the woman in this relationship's doing a bungee jump, Sharktopus got that bitch, she's gone. It might sound completely stupid, but there's actually a little bit of an art that goes into making these dumb shark movies, because you've got to have the dumb shark, but you don't want to show it flat out all of the time, otherwise it loses its magic. But then, you don't want to show too little of the shark and have a lot of you getting bogged down with just terrible exposition and these characters you don't care about. So you have to strike this balance, and this film does it really well. Granted, it might lose you a little bit a couple times, but the idea of the Sharktopus keeps you there. You need to know what happens. We then see this radio show host and his assistant there, and they're talking about this Sharktopus and how there's apparently been sightings of it, and he's going, man, why should we go and film it and report on it? Who would want to see a movie about a Sharktopus? And his assistant goes, I would watch a movie on a Sharktopus, that would be very interesting. And he's like, that's because you're easily amused. Film, do not personally attack me like that, alright? I see what you're doing, do not be deeper than what you are. There's this other thing that keeps happening in the film, so Andy's like our hero, then he's got this love interest, and her dad is Eric Roberts, and he keeps calling his daughter Pumpkin, and then she'll go, I hate it when you call me Pumpkin, and then he'll call her Nicole. And he keeps calling her Pumpkin through the whole flippin' movie. It's crazy. We cut to Eric Roberts a little later, and this motherfucker is downing scotch so quickly, it's like he just realized what movie he is in, and he can't take it. Maybe the paycheck was not worth being in a movie called Sharktopus. So the main people running this whole operation have convinced Andy and his crew of divers that have appeared from somewhere to tranquilize the Sharktopus instead of trying to kill it. So he goes down into the water with 3 guys, basically diving, no protection whatsoever, and as we have seen prior, this shark is lethal. I don't know what he was thinking. They get down there and then the Sharktopus just starts killing them. Andy comes back up, he gets back on the ship, and then you see his leg, and it's split like so far, like, I don't know, say this is his leg, the gash is like this wide, and it runs like all along his leg, like in his calf, thigh, somewhere there, and it is so ridiculously big. It's like, geez, he needs stitches, he needs to go to a hospital immediately. And they're like, no, wrap that shit up with bandages, it'll be fine. And they're not even like wrapping them tight enough to pull the wound closed, they're just putting them over the top, and just, it keeps going. And he gets going, he is fine, he's running through the rest of the film. It's here where the film turns into an Ang Lee Hulk film with all of the editing and cutting. I mean, look at this, it's crazy. One of the major reasons that Eric Roberts might have taken this role is because he's not with the rest of the cast on their mission doing whatever. He's out on a massive yacht, and he's always on a yacht basically on the phone telling them what to do and we should get there and do this and that. He's just chilling out on a yacht, and I swear he's taking this paycheck to just hang out on a yacht all day. So the Sharktopus is attacking this boat. It's absolutely hilarious. The reactions to people dying are absolutely priceless. It's at this point I knew that the Sharktopus needed a theme song. I mean, I know it's probably out of the budget of this film to do so, but it needed one, man. It needed one. Or whatever themes it did have, they weren't loud enough or identifiable enough because I don't remember anything. And then Andy, our main man, he's always got his... Prove he is such a cool guy. His collar is always popped and his floral shirt is always unbuttoned. But, mad respect to my man on those gains, alright? My man is shredded. Then, in an attempt to lure the Sharktopus towards them on their tiny little boat, they try to feed chum and shit like what they do in Jaws. But this chum is pathetic. 0 out of 10, alright? It looks like liquid, there isn't even any substance to that shit. And he's doing a terrible job. He's like throwing it out, it's half going in the ocean and hitting the boat and just getting it everywhere. Now, I know Andy may be our hero, but man, he has no aim whatsoever. The Sharktopus finally catches up to them, kills his best friend right in front of Andy and Eric Roberts' daughter. The guy's dying and my man Andy pulls out a machine gun and he's just unloading everywhere, but he is not hitting the shark. I mean, look at this. He's not a single bullet is hitting the shark. And it's at this point, Andy will have no more. He's gonna do what he should have from the start, because this time, it's personal. Dad died of a heart attack. The fear of it killed him. So it's at this point, the Sharktopus says, fuck this shit, and just goes out on land, alright? He's walking with the tentacles and shit, at festivals, just eating people, not giving a shit. Eric Roberts kind of becomes the villain of the film from here on, because he's like, no, I still want to preserve it, even though you guys are trying to kill it. But lo and behold, the Sharktopus does not, let you down in any form or fashion. He shows up, he's killing people, he slices Eric Roberts' throat, he's sitting there bleeding out, going, pumpkin! So there's these other characters that I haven't even talked about. There's this journalist and her cameraman, and they've kind of been trying to track down the shark and film it all at the same time. And the journalist is like, I'll give you the keys to my van if you take us with you and we get to film the Sharktopus and shit. So they agree, they're going to find the Sharktopus at this like small little lagoon resort area. It's got like flying foxes or zip lines or whatever you call them where you're from. The Sharktopus is obviously eating people off those flying foxes. It doesn't disappoint. So it's when our heroes show up and Andy specifically is like, alright, I'm here. I've got no bullets and no grenades. What are you doing? But Pumpkin has a plan, because if she can get close enough, she can make its brain explode with a computer. While they're figuring out that plan, the journalist's cameraman gets killed, the journalist gets stabbed in the chest and just ripped apart in the most brutal way possible. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying, but it's just the concept of a Sharktopus is still getting me. What am I talking about? There's that many demented shark films out there. This is just scratching the surface. So it's only Andy and Pumpkin left, and Andy is battling the Sharktopus with a stick, and this is everything I've ever wanted to do and I've aspired to do in my lifetime. If I could be Andy in a film called Sharktopus, my life would be complete and I could die happy. Eric Roberts' daughter, I cannot remember her character's name for the life of me, is there. She's got to find the password that's going to make the shark explode, so she's trying everything, and of course, the password is Pumpkin. She puts it in, the Sharktopus explodes in spectacular fashion, and Andy is coated in blood. So Andy comes up to Pumpkin and is like, whew, that thing better not jump back out at us. And she's like, don't worry, that only happens in the movies. Sharktopus. How did they get Eric Roberts? I'm still stuck on that. It's brilliant. What does this film not have? It's got mind-blowing visual effects that really pop if you watch it in standard definition. You've got the star power of Eric Roberts. You've got blood and multiple kills and a concept that you will never find anywhere else except the sequels. So I have thought about how I'm supposed to grade these movies. And reality is, it is terrible, alright? If you wanted to take it serious and enjoy it, it's like a fucking 1. But the amount of entertainment value I've got out of it, it's like a fucking 7. So I thought, okay, let's just give it the bad rating, let's say it's a 2, and then I'm gonna add on however much enjoyment I felt I got to bring that score up. So, I'm going to give Sharktopus a 6 out of 10, alright? It was bad, but man, like, 5 is average. I'll put this above Thor: The Dark World. I had much more fun with this than I did that film. It's fucking Sharktopus. It doesn't get any fucking better. Please consider subscribing if you want to watch me laugh at more dumb shark movies, because I plan on covering every single one of them. If you've got a suggestion for which one I should do next, leave it down below. If you've made it all the way through to the end of the video, you're a bloody legend. Hopefully I can see you next time when I'm covering some other dumb shark movie, or whatever the hell I end up doing. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.